Man, I had a sick Saturday. I had to figure out something to do with myself because Nikki was out of town. And, being a 30 something year old dude, when your wife goes out of town, there's certain things that just have to happen. Not that. What I'm talking about is running around doing guy shit all day long and things that, I would want to do that maybe Nikki necessarily wouldn't. I did get to go check out my nephew's kickboxing tournament. While I was in town, I noticed that there was an awesome AmVets thrift store. And when I see thrift store, I think of one thing, and that is physical media. I'm going straight in. I'm looking for VHS, DVDs, Blu-rays, and stuff like that. And of course, AmVets had a huge selection of all of the above. I was blown away when I saw how much physical media that they had there. CDs, cassettes, VHS, all the stuff in bulk. And then right next door, the Bristol Hard Rock Hotel that was hosting a card swap meet. So of course I had to go check that place out. It was the first time I'd ever been to a card show, and I didn't really like it, to be honest with you. The popularity of Pokemon right now really sucks. I much preferred it when nobody gave a shit. Back in the 2010s and shortly after the boom, 2008 era, it was so easy to get cards. You could get whatever you wanted to up until 2015, 2016. I mean, I got a graded Charizard for fucking $35 or something crazy off eBay back then. And I don't even really like graded cards, but I needed it to finish my collection. But it just seems like such a money flex, and it was so crowded, and there were lines to talk to any of the vendors that had Pokemon cards, and they didn't seem to really give a shit. All they cared about was the monetary value of it. Nobody was talking about what their favorite characters were, or how they enjoyed the game, or what cards were actually their favorite. It was all about money, 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 money. AmVets was cheap. It was not cheap at the card show. And so I got out of there pretty quickly just because I felt cramped and just gross. And it was really, really, to be honest with you. And this is nothing against the vendors, nothing against those. If that's your thing, if you want to go to card shows and deal with all that crazy shit, more power to you. I hope you enjoy it. I ain't going. There's a card show coming up in October. I think Dennis Rodman is going to go there. I have to meet Rodzilla. Outside of that, who knows? But I'm really not a big fan of card shows after this experience. If I'm full of shit on that and you think I should give it another chance, and you have one that you think I might enjoy, please let me know. The one that I went to was dog shit. Everybody was nice. The vendors were nice. They let me film their booths and stuff like that. But as far as my experience, just enjoying it or getting to talk to people about the cards that I was looking for, anything like that, totally awful experience. It kind of felt what's that greasy, sleazy pawn shop show? It's Detroit Pawn or some shit like that. It felt like that. It kind of felt like that. And then I went to Retro Mansion, which is a retro video game store in Johnson City, Tennessee. It's really close to the Hideaway, which is a cool punk rock venue that my band has played a bunch. If you're in the East Tennessee area, you probably know where the Hideaway is, unless you're a poser. So Retro Mansion is really fucking cool. They're so cool that they even have swap meets where they allow other people who run retro video game stores to come there and vend at their shop, which is really, really neat. There's actually a cool culture among the game stores around here, which I feel to be pretty unique. I don't know, maybe it's not, but in East Tennessee, the retro video game stores, let's talk east of Knoxville. Knoxville is a whole nother situation, but they're all pretty chill. And I've had that experience at this one. Of course, I went to Sizzling Hot Games booth and talked to them. They're really cool. They're in Elizabethton. Kirby's Game Grabs was another really cool vendor there that I got to meet. And I checked out some of the stuff that they had. And of course, I ended up picking something up from them as well. And then there was another vendor there who had something on his table that I had to get. I knew when I saw it, I was like, I'm going to leave here with this, but I don't want to spend an astronomical amount. And when I saw this game, I was like, I have to have it. Overall, the most positive experience had to be the AmVet. The AmVet thrift store experience was great just because I got so much shit and I barely spent any money for it. And I feel so strongly about owning your own stuff, and movies and music especially is going to get really, really tough. So people are starting to wake up to that, I think. And it was a great opportunity for me to just get a bunch of stuff that I wanted to have in my collection. So that was a super positive experience. And then just seeing the culture around the video game stores, the retro game stores in East Tennessee was awesome. They're all just chilling. There's no competition that I could see going on. Everybody was really friendly and the prices were all extremely reasonable for the market the way that it is now. Just overall had a good time. Sizzling Hot Games in Elizabethton, super cool. You can find Kirby's game grabs at the Tennessee Flea Market in between Johnson City and Bristol. Retro Mansion, of course, is in Johnson City, Tennessee. And Final Round Games is a brand new store that is in Bristol, Virginia. And that is where I got my favorite pickup of this entire haul. So let's see what I got. CDs, Blu-rays, DVDs, stuff like Eastbound and Down and Half Baked, tons of Indiana Jones movies. This was all great stuff. Nikki, I knew, would like the Olsen twin VHSs, and a bunch of Disney VHSs that I did not have yet, and of course, Steven Seagal and Tom Cruise. Look how awesome these cards are. I'd seen them before. I had never seen the Japanese cards, and when I saw the deal that I could get, if I got them all three together, I didn't want to pass up on it. Gen 1 and Gen 2 are my favorites to collect. I usually stick to the Wizards of the Coast era stuff, but these were just amazing cards, and I didn't want to pass them up because I'm a sucker for legendary Pokemon, specifically Gen 1 and 2. These are awesome cards. Kirby's Game Grabs, hooking your boy up with a Dragon Ball Z fighting game for the PS2 that I've been looking for a minute, just couldn't find a good price on it. They hooked me up. And of course, Sizzling Hot Games coming in even better with Budokai 2, which has my favorite cover art of any Dragon Ball game ever. Look at that holographic cover, man, with Boo just looking super menacing in the background. You gotta love that. And it is a complete copy. That made me very happy. I didn't expect that it would have all of the Atari stickers in it, and the manual. For the price that it was, that blew me away. They gave me a really good deal. And now the grand finale. That's it. 007 GoldenEye, complete in the box. When I saw it, I knew that I had to have it. And I did. I got it. Got a pretty decent deal on it, or at least I think so. It was really neat to just see the inserts and the manual and these things that I hadn't seen really since I bought the game back in the Dizzy. Oh my God. Like the quality of the label on this thing, the box wasn't in the best condition, but yep, got to do that for sure. Get this thing rocking and rolling, because it wouldn't turn on the first time. But you know how that goes. But now it's time to just enjoy this. Thanks for hanging out. Really appreciate everybody for checking out this channel. Let me know what games you picked up recently, and I will see you in the next one.